Hey, it's Adam. I'm at the park office of Parker Dam State Park here in Clearfield County, Pennsylvania, right in the heart of elk country. This state park has everything you could want. There are tons of hiking trails, a lake, you can go boating, fishing, or swimming. There's areas to camp, so let's check it out. While you're here at the park office, don't forget to stop into the environmental education classroom. They've got a ton of taxidermied animals, pretty much every animal you could think of living in Pennsylvania. A lot of cool displays and some good information. Okay, I'm here at the park's main attraction, which is Parker Dam, and it dams up Parker Lake. There's a beach over there, a few people out on some boats, and there are hiking trails all over the place, which we'll get to later. If you've been in a state park in Pennsylvania, you've probably recognized that building back there is being built by the CCC, the Civilian Conservation Corps. They had a huge hand in most of the structures in the park. They built them, including the dam. There's a museum inside this building here, but it's not open till 1. I don't know if I'm gonna be here that long, but we'll try to check it out. Right now, I think I'm gonna go down by the dam and do a little hiking. I decided to cross below the dam here and go up to the Laurel Run trail that runs along a little stream that feeds Parker Lake. So we're here on Laurel Run now. I was confused. You didn't have to cross the dam to get to the trail, and this doesn't feed the lake. This part is coming from the lake. So let's head a little bit down this run. Well, I got to admit, that little short section of trail along Laurel Run was one of the most peaceful hikes I've ever had. Saw tons of wildlife, a deer, bluebirds. I swear I could hear the fish swimming in the stream as it gurgled by. It was a great, peaceful hike, really able to clear my mind. I'm gonna take a shortcut up to the CCC trail, which is an old trail that sort of the civilian corps would use to move from where they stayed, which is now group tenting, down to the dam where they were working. But we're not done hiking yet, and I don't know if you could ever be done hiking in Parker Dam State Park. This is kind of a gateway to an extensive network of trails that lead into the Moshannon State Forest. And so you could hike all day, 4 days, so not short on any trails. The one I'm on right now is the Trail of the New Giants. Just trying to highlight some of the older trees that are in the park here. Again, most of them aren't that old. The area was heavily logged in the 1800s. This area specifically, they would use the lumber to send down the river to Williamsport, to some mills there, sometimes even all the way to Baltimore to make ships. And the land was devastated. That's where the CCC came in. They came into the area and really worked to bring back the area's natural resources, especially the trees. They would build the dam for flood control. And they really did a great job and left their mark in the park, as you can tell. So we're gonna go up this trail now, and I heard there's an overlook at the end, so let's check it out. That's Parker Lake all the way down there. That is some incredible views. So on that Trail of the New Giants, there were some great vistas. I think one of them even pointed up north. You could even see all the way up, probably near Benezet. It was great. One of them pointed down towards Parker Lake. You could really see how high you were and see the wee little people there on the beach. The park itself is pretty old. It's about 87 years old. 1937 was when it was dedicated on 4th of July weekend. And you notice behind me that there are some younger looking trees, some smaller trees, and that is because in 1985 there was a tornado that swept through the area, actually an F5 tornado. It was very devastating and pretty much wiped out a lot of the trees that the CCC had worked to plant. Now the area is growing back up again, and that's a good thing. If you know anything about ecological succession, the younger forests will attract a variety and just a multitude of more species to the area. So things like a tornado or a forest fire can actually eventually be some good things. There's a CCC cabin behind here, an 8-sided cabin. I'm going to show you here in a second that there were some Boy Scouts staying in that experienced the tornado firsthand. It blew the roof right off the cabin. So what an experience for them. So if you can make it up to this portion of the park, you yourself can check out what devastation the tornado wrought. Without getting out on the water, I don't have a boat or a kayak, so it looks like I'm gonna get my suit on and go swimming. I'm back here where I started after a dip in the lake. It wasn't as cold as I thought it was. It was very refreshing. I gotta tell you, when I arrived here, there was maybe a dozen cars in the parking lot. Now the parking lots are packed. The pavilions have parties in them. The campsites are all filled up. There's over 100 campsites, really nice ones in fact. Some playgrounds that are full. The cabins up on the hill have occupants in them, and there are a ton of people down here on the lake. There's so much to do here. I don't even think I got to it all, but if I had to recommend 5 things, here's what I'd recommend. 1, you gotta get here to hike. I'm a big hiker. There's tons of hiking trails, everything from less than a mile to the over 70-mile Q-Hannah Trail, which starts right here in the park. We got some vistas, some that run along little streams along the lake, something for everyone. Second thing is, check out the area of the park that got hit by the tornado. You can see a lot smaller trees and stumps everywhere from the damage of that storm. Third thing is, come down to the dam, check it out. It is a unique build and you can walk across the bottom of it. It's pretty cool. While you're at the lake, get on the lake somehow. Maybe a kayak, a canoe, you can rent some boats. Maybe get in the water, swim, enjoy the beach. The sand was really nice. There's a concession stand, really nice changing rooms and showers there. The fifth thing, the last thing you do here is appreciate some of the history, especially from the CCC. Oh, would you look at that? The museum behind me just opened up. We're gonna head in there. Last thing we're gonna do before we go home. I can't recommend this park enough. I'll be back with my family, I know it. I'm Adam Stillwagon. I'm still going far. Please subscribe.